On the camera.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the
To the flag
of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one
one
nation,
nation under
under
God,
God, indivisible,
with
with
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for
for all.
all.
Listen, if there's something you can get that syncopated,
There
I
you
think we
go.
need to try a little harder.
Okay. I'd like to have a motion to adopt the agenda.
Make a motion.
Who seconds? Susan seconds, all in favor? Opposed? Abstentions, it passes unanimously. I don't know that we have any minutes, so we'll have to table those until next week, or next month, rather. Okay, so then public comment, any public comment?
No.
No public comment. We can get right to the director's report then.
All right, good evening, everyone. A few updates and then I'll answer any questions that you might have. So to start off, we did our first day today of giving our library cards to the high school, which we were so excited. Sam and I were there almost all day today distributing library cards. So it was well received. The teachers were enthusiastic about it. The students were, as excited as high school students could be about it. And some of them had some questions, so that was exciting. So we're excited about that, and we will be there for the rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And we're already working on the middle school cards. So we are, we're confident. I'm confident that we can get to all 6 of their schools by the end of the school year. It's just going to take some additional hard deadlines to make sure that that happens. But so far, it's been great. I'll have some hard numbers for you guys at the next meeting. We are getting ready for our trip around the world kickoff, which is happening this Saturday from 1 to 3. And it is supposed to be an exciting, way to kind of get people excited about what's going on with this series. And it's like I said in my report, it's going to be stations. It's going to be a library scavenger hunt with riddles. Something for the family to do from 1 to 3. They'll go all through the library, learning about the international sections of the library. They'll get a photo opportunity with a giant map. They'll come in here and have some tastes of international food. And they'll work on the puzzle. And of course, they'll get their passport and have the copy to show. And basically, the passport is something that they will have with them for the entire time. And it's a great way for them to keep track of which months they participated in. And basically, this is what the passport looks like. And yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so they will get a stamp for all of the programs that they attend. They'll get a stamp for anything that they read, listen, or watch throughout each month. So March is Europe. And then they'll also, if they write a review of the program or of anything they read, watched, or listened to, they will get entered into a raffle. There's monthly raffles, and then there's the grand prize raffle, which for adults, it's a luggage set. For teens, it's a Polaroid set with a case and the camera. And then for children, it is a travel themed Lego set.
Nice.
So yeah, and then each month is smaller.
A travel what, Amanda?
A travel themed Lego set. So like a Lego
no.
set for them to build. I think we picked the plane. There's like a Lego set where you can make a plane. And each month there's smaller prizes like mugs with our logo on it, with the Trip Around the World logo, stickers, travel sets. So it's really exciting. And everyone's working on programming, and all the people who are on the committee are just really doing a great job working together. I don't know if you saw it, but Elizabeth was able to get a press release out. We were a little disappointed that it didn't get into the print version of Photo News. So Elizabeth kindly reached out and asked to see if they can get it into the print for this Friday. Hopefully people will see it and they'll still come to the kickoff event on Saturday. So we'll see. There was a lot of ads in this week's Photo News, gearing up for Valentine's Day and all that stuff. So I get it. but we're really excited about a trip around the world. Some interesting programs that I wanted to mention. Mike is starting a thriller book club, which he's full. So he's going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing my parenting book club at the end of February. We're going to be offering 2 Spanish programs, a bilingual story time, which is going to be run by a parent who reached out to me through the Monroe Matters Moms group. So she came in and she picked a book, and she's going to do it on a Sunday. So that's exciting. It's a day that we don't typically offer programming. So we'll see. And then Melissa is running a bilingual bingo. So we'll see how that goes. Family game night during the break. So if parents are looking for things to do with their children, we have the family game night next Tuesday. And then also there's programming that week as well. If parents who don't normally get to take their children to programs, they can participate in programs. So that's something that I'm excited about. And part of Sue Johnson's annual goal is to offer some nighttime programs. So she's going to be doing 3 throughout the year. And her first one is going to be in March. So she's going to do, I think she's going to do like 6:30, a 6:30 program, 6:30 to 8 program. So that's going to be later in March. All right. So as you might have read, Jerome did resign from his position, but we did hire someone. His name is Jason Brewer. He comes with a lot of great experience, very go-getter initiative, kind of great initiative. He's going to start next week because of the snow. He's supposed to start tomorrow, and then Wednesday I'm pretty much gone the whole day because of the high school. So we agreed he's going to start next Tuesday. So he'll be, I think, a great addition to our library. We're continuing with the MFL inventory. The process has now been moved from February to May, which is great.
Thank
That our
goodness.
CLS realized that not everyone's going to be able to get it done. And the CERT team has been doing such an amazing job balancing both projects, the inventory and the library card. So everyone's working really hard to get both of these important projects done, which I thank them so much. I'm working on the annual report. If you saw my stats that I had, just a little snapshot, our collection usage is up, which is exciting. It's exciting to see that our physical collection is still important to people and they're still using it. One of the things that I noticed that I didn't really put in here, but that I'm looking at, and I don't know have hard numbers on it yet, is that our retrievals for things like consumer reports and some of our other databases are down from last year. I don't know, but it's something we'll definitely look into, maybe try to push a little bit more, see if people know that they have access to these resources. So we'll see, but I'm excited to see that a lot of other things were up. Our RCLS, the new RCLS app is supposed to roll out this week. Fingers crossed, that works well. Excited about that. And what else do I have for you? The library podcast, there was 3 episodes in January. There was 2 interviews, one with our assistant director, Mary, the other one with our head of reference, and then Mike and Sam had a discussion about our collection. So if you haven't had a chance to listen, I put the links in my report. You can also find it on Spotify or the podcast app on iTunes. Okay, another thing I wanted to mention is that we were selected for the not-for-profit for Stop and Shop to receive a portion of any bag that was purchased in the month of March. So Elizabeth is going to do some promotional stuff just to let people know that if you want to support MFL, you can do it by going to Stop and Shop during the month of March, and that a portion of those proceeds will go to the library. So it's a one way for them to fundraise. So that was exciting to share. And one thing that we're doing that is new is an annual survey. We're going to do a brief 5-question survey to ask our patrons, touching base on them, like what days still work for you. If we were to offer more Saturday programs, what time on Saturday works for you? And then also get a pulse on their technology needs. Like, what are your technology needs? What are you interested in? We're not sure exactly 100% what that question looks like. We're still kind of tweaking it, but we think it's important to touch base, and it's part of our long range plan to touch base and do a survey. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping to roll it out at the end of February and collect for maybe a month or 2. Anything?
If I could suggest on the technology one, because it might make it a little easier to answer if you give them a multiple choice for that. Like
Yeah.
certain things that you already have.
Yeah, like I don't know if we're gonna do multiple choice or if we're gonna do like a ranking, like most important to least important. So we're not sure yet how we're gonna work that one out yet, but definitely not leave it open-ended. No, we want it to be quick, click,
Yep.
and that's it, or check mark, whatever they do in the library or online. So,
Amanda,
yes.
how about a program for people who don't have kids to show them how to run the technology?
You know, funny you say that, Pat, I was literally just thinking that in my head, like, in all seriousness, having a usability type class for older adults.
Yeah, so we do,
Kids. You absolutely could. You could use- you could
I would
like-
love to know how to stream. You know, we've been talking about streaming services.
There's forums out there. You could take
Pat
that.
taught me something this week, yes. Monitor sound.
oh, no, I think she said that
I
she
think
said
that's a great idea though, Pat.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Brilliant.
We do have our walk-in tech help, which is every Wednesday where people can bring in their tech questions without an appointment. So that is one thing, but we also they can make appointments with us. But there was some conversation at some point with a high school teacher about intergenerational type of programming with her students. So these are the group of students that came into the library at the beginning of the year and did the library tour. So these are humanities students, and she was looking for something. So maybe I could touch base with her again and see if there's an opportunity there for some type of intergenerational program to this aspect. So
Just an aside, Pat, I'll be happy to help you with streaming.
All right,
a few more things. I wanted to mention that we did pick up another patron who wanted to take advantage of our homebound delivery service program. So that's exciting that we have someone else that's aware of it. We did have an ad in the photo news, and the committee is still looking for additional ways to get more people interested in the program or even aware of it. So, but we did gain a person, so that's great. And two other things, there's 2 trustee training workshops in the month of February. One is tomorrow at 6:30. And the other one is on the 22nd at 6:30. It's a Q&A about the new trustee handbook. And then there's the information about the tax cap override. I don't know if you want to do that now, if you want to do it in financials. Okay, all right. Any questions about my report? All right, wonderful, thank you. Oh, wait,
okay.
there's one more thing. I'm sorry, I lied. Okay, so the new library card.
Wow.
Oh. So this is the new library card. So I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, they're available now. They just got in. They just got in on Friday. I got the
Mine's
new one.
broken half.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Mine, I lost mine. So I got a new card. But yep, these are the new cards. We have, I think, about.
I've lost mine too.
We have about, I think, Melanie said something like 200 left of the old cards, and then we'll start distributing the new cards. So
they're so nice.
yeah, so kudos to Elizabeth for getting this design and for the staff for their feedback and contributions on picking the final product. All right.
Last minute marketing campaign push of this limited quantity of the library card classic available.
Oh, yeah.
Choice, they're gone forever.
All right, thanks, Scott. Sorry.
Okay. Casey, treasurer's report.
So, Amanda sent out the financials for the month. Longest story short, there was a net change of expenses of 126,000 for the month. The bulk of any lines where you're seeing utilization up, higher than a small incremental amount is annual fees that we paid in or insurance fees that we pay quarterly, things like that. Nothing too noteworthy. Otherwise, warrants, all perfect, no problems. Mary, thank you so much for coming in over the weekend to set all that up for us. Other than that, nothing of any note. Any questions on the financials? So with that, I make a motion that we accept the January financials as proposed.
All those in favor?
Somebody second first?
Second, Dave seconds.
Yes.
All those in favor of accepting? All right, I don't see any abstentions, so it's passed. Very good.
Next order of business, I think we have the language that needs to be voted on in order for us to override the tax cap.
So what is that?
Okay,
So ultimately, there's, and correct me if I'm wrong, Amanda, ultimately, there's an amount that we are allowed to go for through the, like, state, like, through the
Comptroller, the New York State Comptroller sets the tax cap every year. And it's a language that has to be said and adopted by 60% of the board in order to go over it. It doesn't mean we're going to go over it. It just gives you the ability to say that we all agreed that if necessary, we agree to go over the tax
So
cap.
let's say the tax cap's 20,000, but we all every year annually go for between 30 and 45,000 for an annual increase of what we ask the taxpayers.
Oh, the
We're,
thing where we go out,
Yes.
this is saying that the number that we set may not be in line with what the state controller's office, the same word, determines is the amount that everyone should ask for.
Mhm.
So this is just us, we do it every year, blanket language to say, we as a group state that we collectively agree we're gonna go over that number.
Yeah, so
Or at least
we
we reserve the
don't
right
have,
to.
we're not planning on going over that number. But even if we choose to do it, we still are asking the voters. Right,
Correct.
yeah.
Oh,
we still have a-
Oh,
Except
absolutely.
this is just to unshackle our hands
Yeah.
as a board to be able to go out next year.
And then there's a form that I file every year with the state comptrollers. And then if you do go over the tax cap, there's like a question answering, well, why, justification, etc. But
Okay.
we didn't do it we have not gone over the tax cap since I've been here, so.
Okay.
all right, we have to read that into the minutes, correct?
Yes.
So,
Somebody read it. I put it in the report who needs to
yes,
say-
you did. Do you want to read it, Amanda, or,
I think it has to come from a board member.
Hold on.
okay,
Yeah,
Okay,
I got it.
Oh, right, because you have to move to whatever.
Right.
have you got it there, Susan?
We've got it right here.
Got it.
Okay.
Make sure the dates are right.
I think it's better coming from someone who's present rather than trying to do it from Florida.
Okay, perfect. So whereas the adoption of the 2025 budget for the Monroe Free Library may require a tax levy increase that exceeds the tax cap imposed by state law as outlined in General Municipal Law, Section 3-C adopted in 2011. And whereas General Municipal Law, Section 3-C expressly permits the library board to override the tax levy limit by a resolution approved by a vote of 60% of qualified board members. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Monroe Free Library voted and approved to exceed the tax levy limit for 2025 by at least the 60% of the Board of Trustees as required by state law on February 12th, 2024. And today is in fact.
Okay, and we have 60% of the board present. So, Casey, did you make a motion to
I make
accept
a
it?
motion to accept the language as was just presented.
And and Terry seconds, all right. All those in favor of, all right, looks like again, we have a unanimous vote. Thank you very much. One more thing accomplished. All right, I think then we can go right to the standing committees, correct? There's no more heavy duty business there.
That's it.
Okay, so nominating, Diane isn't present, so we can skip that. Buildings and grounds, Susan, have you got any updates, or Amanda?
We get any more, like quotes?
I
Sure,
didn't
sister.
get any quotes, but I do have a construction company that actually reached out to me on Friday to see
Ooh,
any maintenance. So
Really?
Yep, I'm looking to schedule an appointment with him next week.
Great.
And then I have another person that I'm gonna be reaching out to that said he might be willing to, take a look.
Okay.
So,
Sounds
Fingers
good.
crossed.
Whoa. Maybe because it's winter.
maybe,
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. No, what thanks are so.
yeah. But that's it.
Okay, no, that's.
Okay, that's good enough. It's better than it's been.
Oh wait, I do have a few things. Rocco refreshed the lobby. He did some painting touch-up jobs in the lobby, and there were some just minor repairs in the lobby with some of the like the tiles on the side of the wall, and then the door needed to just be fixed. That's it. Other than that,
Didn't we just fix that door?
it was just like a loose like something was like coming off the bottom, like it.
Oh, okay.
Or nothing serious.
All right, good. All right, bylaws, Terry,
Nothing to report.
we still haven't gotten the indemnity clause, have we, fully?
No.
Because that's something that needs to be included in the bylaws. All right, hopefully by next meeting, right? Finance, Casey?
Nothing to report.
Okay. Fundraising? Nothing right now. Anybody got any great ideas? Forward them. Grants, that's Diane again, unless someone else has any information about grants. No. Library operating. We are going to have to go into executive session to deal with some personnel matters. So I'd like to make a motion that we go into executive session at 8 o'clock.
Second motion.
All right, all those in favor of going into executive session? All right, unanimous vote. We will have to go into the other room. Is that correct?
Yeah, just give me a second. I'll put you in.
Sure.
I went over. 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
You're all right.
Times for a long.
Wait,
So what time are we reconvening?
we are reconvening at 8:16. Do we need to vote to come back?
I think somebody needs to make a motion.
Make a motion that we return from executive session at 8:16. All in favor?
Right.
Pat, you're still on mute. There you
Yep.
are. Yeah. Welcome back.
I'm here.
All right. As a
Okay.
result of executive session, I make a motion that we accept the memorandum of agreement between the Monroe Free Library and the Communication Workers of America. With the correction to the memorandum of right sizing the shelving clerk's salary to be in line with New York State minimum wage. Do I have a second? Mr. Joyce?
All those in favor? All right, Dave, I can't see you. All right, I see you. It's unanimous. Okay, very good. The union will be happy to hear that. All right, now if I can get back to where I was, which is between all these different things here, let's see. All right,
Can I get a second?
what's next? Long-range planning, Nikula?
Not much going on. I'll call a meeting. I think what I was thinking is maybe I can get the contact information for the person that you were having a hard time getting a hold of.
Maeve, call Maeve.
Yeah, I might,
Sure.
double,
Yeah,
try to do that.
Sure.
Other than that, I don't have anything.
Okay. All right, public relations, and I guess, Terry, that would be where you bring in your information about your friends, right?
I sent the survey around to the Friends group. 25 people, 2 people responded, Susan Pepper and Karen DiPietro. No volunteers to take on being, an executive session or formalizing the group yet, but I think we have to just get people interested first. So we'll just keep plugging away at it, and I will call both of them and speak to them directly rather than email, just to make sure we're all on the same page. And then
Say that again, Terry, you only had 2 responses to your survey?
Yeah.
And how many did you send out?
25,
Wow.
10%, less than 10%. So,
Hmm.
I will contact both of those people directly and speak to them in person rather than email. And maybe the 3 of us can get together or something and just kind of brainstorm ideas about how to get more people interested, because we have to do more outreach. That's really clear because nobody's coming back or responding to the survey.
Maybe we're not hitting the right demographic. I wonder if there would be any teachers in the district who might be interested in being in the Friends, make local people.
That's a good idea, but we need publicity to do that and somebody
Yeah.
to talk to them. So we just have to.
Maybe
figure out-
even sending some kind of a memo to the schools.
Mhm.
I'm
Well,
just trying to,
what about this woman that's doing the bilingual story time?
who,
What
the
about-
Spanish woman?
Yeah,
She's not Spanish. She's not Spanish.
Oh, no?
No, she's just multilingual.
Lucky her. Yeah, it would be nice if we could get somebody from the Spanish community, Spanish speaking community.
I will
But-
say that, I'm sorry, Pat,
No.
part of Melissa Quarles's annual goal is to focus on that part of our community, and use a lot of the recommendations that we got from our West Point experience from the cadets. So I know we'll be chipping away at those recommendations. And maybe we'll find some people there that are interested in getting involved. I don't know, but we'll continue to try. I would be glad to offer cast a wide net again and ask for friends, but I feel like it's just a reset over and over again. If you keep asking for friends,
Yeah,
whatever the board would like.
It's been a year since we sent out notice in the photo news.
Right.
And we did get feedback from that. So
Right.
maybe it might be time to do something like that again. But I
yeah,
don't think it's gonna be enough. I think we need posters and flyers around the library. I think we need staff to talk to the patrons and say, we are trying to form a friends group and here's some information. Would you be interested?
Mhm.
Especially if you see people on a regular basis around here. I
Right.
know they've got a lot to do already, but
Mhm.
We do like Blockbuster, we're gonna make everyone that works the desk have a quota of people that they have.
Oh,
Yeah.
what'd you
15
say, Casey? I didn't hear that.
yeah,
What
I
did you
hate to
say?
do that, but maybe
I
just
said it's gonna be like a loyalty card program at a Blockbuster. We're gonna make everyone at the circ desk sign 15 people up per shift.
Yeah, right.
We'll have a script, it'll be a whole thing. No, but you're absolutely right there.
I think they're plenty busy enough already with all, especially with the, counting all the books in the library and stuff like, oh my God,
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine. But, even just posters around the library and, I can do a press release again to the photo news. There's no problem with that. And I do want to talk to these two women because they are both pretty dedicated to the
Yeah.
idea of.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful.
So, it isn't all bad news. It's just, we just have to keep going.
Yeah. And I applaud your dedication,
Yes.
definitely.
Just stubborn.
Well, stubborn is good in some situations. So next, we have no ad hoc committees. We haven't been doing anything with that one because we felt we weren't accomplishing what we intended to at this point anyway, unless Terry and I redirect. Old business professional development, I signed up for the class tomorrow night. You did too, Susan? Yeah, it sounded like it would be good information. Anybody else taking any courses or intending to?
I'd like to do the handbook.
I will
Yeah.
say the on-demand solution. group,
Academy.
Niche Academy is very good.
Yeah.
There's some things that are very library specific, like, like how to do setting up your titles within your catalog, but then there's other things that are just very good in general. For the board, like
See one.
Yeah.
how to-
Yeah.
I did one on stress management
But,
and like how to motivate your staff.
yeah.
I'm having a lot of issues getting into Niche Academy with my password
Mhm.
and with Outlook. So I can get into Outlook and I can read emails,
Mhm.
but there's some issues with undeliverable messages and things seem to be still going to my personal email. I don't know who to contact about that.
I
I
think,
need to call somebody.
yeah, I think what's happening is people who have your older email, they're searching your name and they're selecting your old email.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. But also, you just sent an email that was from your regular email address.
I've only been using Outlook for the board.
Really? Well, okay, I guess you sent it to my regular email address. Because
Well,
that's
you
where
sent me some things about your novel, so. you
Oh,
have
right.
Yeah, well,
private-
that's personal. That's completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't, I don't think there's anything you can do to have that stopped. It's just your name comes up and a person hits send and they're not paying enough
Right.
attention.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, because I think the emails are so similar that when they see it, they might just be doing it quickly, and if, there's
Yeah.
group threads,
Right.
it happens that way, so I think that's what the problem is. So my recommendation would be just double check you're sending them to the RCLS emails before you press send.
Yeah. That's what I do when I send out the emails. Several will come up, but I just look for that RCLS at the end of it. Then I know I've got the right one and I'm not confusing it with the MFL trustees, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll circle back with you about the Niche Academy one. I'll have to talk to Martha from RCOS to see what can be done. I know it's something that we can't do for you, but we can maybe like walk you through it
Should I just call
together.
her?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let me see, because I think I reached out to her once before and she told me that there wasn't anything, so,
Okay.
okay. One other thing that I wanted to add, Pat, I'm sorry that I forgot to mention, was
Sure.
that we did receive the agreement from the town for our taxpayer support check, and Casey will go down to town hall at some point to sign that agreement, and we typically get our check in mid-February, early March.
Amanda,
Great.
I sent you an email about that. It looks like instead of putting down for somebody at the library to send at the end of the document, they put what's his name twice.
They put what, Netta?
What's his name?
Tony Cardone, yeah.
Yeah,
No, there's a space for the library at the top.
okay. I didn't
Yeah.
see that, but he's on there twice. It looked weird to me.
Yeah. All right.
Do you have a couple of?
Just in first.
Thank you,
Yep.
thank you.
And that was it. Sorry, Pat. Thanks.
No apologies.
So I-
Okay, so
then
any new
you're-
business?
You're gonna have them.
I have new
notify-
business.
Oh, well.
I am new business. We did, a Valentine's for Veterans campaign last week. I think it was February 1st, February 10th. And there was a table out in the lobby and children came in and adults came in and signed a couple of the Valentines I had downloaded from Etsy. And, we ended up with more than 60 Valentines.
No, very nice.
50-something were legible. So I didn't give all of them. Some of them just had a couple stickers on them, but some of them were very cute and very nice messages. So I dropped those off with Charlie Pakula, who is the New York State Commander for the American Legion. And he is going to hand deliver the Valentines to our local veterans. And he was very happy that we were thinking of the veterans. I stamped the back of each card with our return address in case anyone wants to reach out and say thank you. But I wanted them to know where it came from.
That's
Very-
such a nice idea. Yeah.
well done.
Nice idea, Mary. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else have any new business?
I think the children's department did something for, was it the Lunar New Year?
Mhm.
Yes.
What was a new, Nicole, I couldn't hear that. What was it?
They did something for the Lunar New Year and had an activity and. made,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And then Miss Jessica had something very personal and just wonderful, like a little gift for them to take with them.
Mhm.
And I overheard a lot of the parents saying just how nice it was and.
Yeah.
it was-
Where was that?
It was,
At the
here,
library.
yeah, and I know you have something.
That's great.
Cherry blossom
For-
trees.
Yeah.
On some dragons, you guys have some things coming up for Black History Month,
Mhm.
specific for that, which is great. And just kind of keeping those personal touches. I like that, cultural touches.
Mhm. Yeah, over this past Saturday, Melissa did a Chinese New Year special Saturday, so
Awesome.
the kids could come in and they made fans with Chinese New Year stuff. They made a cherry blossom tree that Mary just showed. They also they had candy that Jessica, our part-timer, had brought in. There was also fortune cookies and I feel like I'm missing something. There was one other thing, but it was really
Yeah.
nice. The kids had a good time. It was pretty popular. Yeah, we're trying to do more cultural diverse things. And we're also trying to do, again, more Saturday programs where parents who can't make 4 o'clock programs can bring their children. So I know.
Just
my-
a little side note. Fortune cookies were invented in Japan.
We did know that. We were aware of that. But she still wanted to include that.
Did you have red envelopes?
No, she didn't do the red envelopes.
Well, red envelopes are for money.
But
Yes.
Yeah.
event for the older kids.
I
Yeah.
used to do the Chinese New Year and the kids would bring in, the Chinese kids would bring in the red envelopes to make displays with.
Mhm.
When people notice those touches. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it looks like good and welfare. Anybody got any good and welfare?
This one got, into the gifted and talented program.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Good job.
I said
What was,
Omari Lynn, got evaluated and was put into the gifted and talented program.
That's awesome.
she got evaluated and she,
Put into the gifted and talented program.
That's
I,
cool.
I still can't
Got
understand.
smarts.
She got put into the gifted and talented.
Oh,
program.
well, that's no surprise.
No surprise at all.
But that's wonderful news regardless.
Quite an accomplishment.
Congratulations.
It's a good program.
That's terrific.
Congratulations, you have a smarty pants kid.
Okay, I think it's time to call for a, where's everybody? Everybody's gone. Call for adjournment.
All right.
Make a motion.
Make a motion.
Dave makes a motion.
I'll-
Time is.
Susan
We all second.
seconds.
Sure.
All in favor, say aye. All right, unanimous.
Some pirates say aye, everyone wants to say nay.